Arizona Cardinals on the road at the Seattle Seahawks. Right now, the line 1.5 to 2.5 in favor of the Arizona Cardinals on the road. 48.5 is your total. Brad, this line seems to suggest that Kyler Murray is going to play, it looks like to me. Now, DeAndre Hopkins still not out there practicing. He probably is more on the doubtful side of questionable for this thing. We saw Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks team lay a complete egg against the Green Bay Packers last week. Could not get anything going at all. I mean, looked absolutely clueless out there. I think there was some rust factor going on. I think there's also at least there has to be some sort of hindrance in him playing with his finger so incredibly soon after this surgery, where they thought, I mean, we didn't think we were going to be looking at Russell Wilson at the earliest until this week. But, you know, the time frame they gave went all the way to the beginning of December. So I don't know. I have a teaser leg, and all that being said, I have a teaser leg in on Seattle, which I made really early in the week, thinking that there would be no way the Cardinals would play Kyler Murray here. I just thought by conventional wisdom that if you have a guy that you are completely reliant on to make any sort of run in the playoffs whatsoever, and you have a bye coming the week after this game, which they do, the Cardinals bye week is next week, that you would just keep him out and, you know, you just kind of play it without him, and then you get him completely healthy, and then you go on your run and try to win a Super Bowl. It seems like they're leaning towards playing him, though.
Yeah, I'm just reading a story on one of the Arizona sites now, and Murray's saying he's pretty close. I've made crazy progress. He hopes to play, basically. Yeah, it does sound like he's trending to playing. I would agree with you generally. Like, don't risk him. You know, with the bye coming up. But yeah, it sounds like he's going to play. So, will he be fully healthy? Is the second question after that, because we know how much the performance drops off. You know, it's an ankle that's the issue. Mm-hmm. Is he going to stay in the pocket and, you know, do less of the crazy sort of running around stuff? That does hurt the offense. And I think so. I had a little look to the under around 48.5 or so, because as you said, Russ has come back too soon, rehabbing 20 hours a day, a finger somehow. I don't know what he's doing, right. why he's not sleeping. Russ, get some sleep, buddy. Come on.
Maybe the problem is we didn't see, but maybe that finger is like 9 times the size of like a normal finger now, because he's just been working it out so much that like it's got, his finger has like biceps or whatever now. You know, it's crazy.
For 20 hours a day he's doing this. You know, it's another Baker Mayfield situation to me. Like, it clearly didn't help the team. Like, it's a freezing cold day in Green Bay. He's not practiced. He's rushed back. He's got pins in his finger, and he's skipping the ball all over the field. And he was bad, and it cost the team the game probably. So he should be better this week, but he's still way ahead of schedule. Now, what's interesting as well, so Romo was talking about, he was on that game, wasn't he? And you might remember last year, the Chiefs-Bucks game, he was like, oh, I think we could see this again in the Super Bowl. The Bucks are going to be much better. And he was saying on the Seahawks, he was like, oh, they'll be fine. I think they're going to make a run for the playoffs. And he was talking a lot about the defense as well, because they've shifted a bit away from, the Pete Carroll cover 3, and they're doing a lot more disguising coverages, a lot more of this too high Fangio defense. And obviously, they kept Rodgers in check, whether that was COVID related or not. They've played well recently over the last month. So I think you possibly got 2 nicked up quarterbacks, 2 defenses playing well, and also Carroll said after that game we need to run the ball more. So I could definitely see. Oh God! Yeah, because Green Bay were doing the cover 2, light boxes, and injured Russ is throwing downfield the whole time. I think Lockett and DK Metcalf were 1 and 2 in most unrealized air yards. So now Carroll's going to swing the other way and go run the ball. So I think like a first half under would be a good look. I bet full game under. But I think that's the look personally.
Stephen, we've got it's one of those things where the teaser option is dangling, but there are at least some concerns on Seattle's side here. Exactly what kind of your performance you're going to get on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, it is of note. It is not, we can't overreact to Wednesday practice news, but DK Metcalf didn't practice on Wednesday for this team. dealing with some sort of foot injury. Now, again, we're not going to overreact to all that, but certainly something to monitor throughout the course of the week here as well. How do you see this? Let's assume Kyler's playing with your handicap of this game.
I bet this on the look ahead last week, just assuming that Kyler would be back this week. Fingers crossed that I'm going to be proven right in that regard. I could not believe that it was +1 on the look ahead for Arizona. I think that Arizona is one of the 5, 6, 7 best teams in the NFL, and Seattle is one of the 5, 6, 7 worst teams in the NFL. Even if Russell Wilson kind of gets back to what he was early in the season, Seattle, the first 4 weeks before he got hurt, was 6th in EPA per play, 8th in drop back EPA per play, but 27th in drop back success rate. So they were explosive, but they were really inconsistent. So I understand, Matt, why you like them as a teaser leg here. Eli also likes them as a teaser leg this week. And if you want that teaser leg, you better get it now, because if Kyler is out, this is going to be a Seattle -3 line and the teaser leg is going to be gone. But I just think if Kyler is playing, anything under a field goal here for Arizona is a gift, because I just mentioned those Seattle offensive numbers when Russ was healthy. Well, the Arizona offense was even better. And defensively, they were 2nd and 6th in drop back EPA per play and success rate defense, 5th in rush EPA 2 on the defensive side for Arizona. I think this is just a complete team, a complete roster if Kyler is out there, and fingers crossed that he is.